Buildings are key to a sustainable future because their design, construction, and operation are significant contributors to the challenges linked to climate change. According to the World Green Building Council, the construction and operations of buildings consume 36% of energy globally and are responsible for 39% of energy-related CO2 emissions. With rapid urbanization and growing world population, this explosion in demand with 230 billion square meters by 2060, which amounts to building the equivalent of New York City every month during the next 40 years. If we are going to save our planet, it is absolutely crucial that we make the right choices now, as a huge part of the solution lies in those future buildings. To make the right choices, we first need to understand how the construction sector carries such a heavy carbon footprint. First, it's through the embodied carbon, and second, through the operations of building. To be rephrased, in the building industry, embodied carbon refers to the greenhouse gas emissions arising from the manufacturing, transportation, installation, maintenance, and disposal of building materials. In contrast, operational carbon refers to the greenhouse gas emissions due to building energy consumption. The figures can be quite alarming. Construction accounts for 30% of global extraction of natural resources and 25% of solid waste. Climate change considerations have been paramount in ADHI's evolution, and the reduction of our building's carbon footprint has been at the center of its missions. ADHI's construction process and its selection of materials minimize emissions and wastes while maximizing recycling and reuse. EDGE, an innovation of the International Finance Corporation, is a tool and certification system that helps developers and construction professionals to deliver greener buildings. Compared with a conventional concrete house of the same size, ADHI House achieves considerable improvements across energy efficiency, embodied energy, and water efficiency materials. ADHI is able to make these significant improvements through its groundbreaking technology that harnesses the following environmental benefits. Minimized waste. Our wall frames, floor joists, and roof trusses arrive at the site pre-engineered and in kit, ready for assembly. This precision allows for no on-site cutting and virtually eliminates waste. Energy efficiency. The positive insulation characteristics of our light concrete and the air gap used for the building envelope allows for significant savings in energy consumption. Recyclability. The light steel frame used for the ADHI house structure is fully recyclable, and the formwork used for our foundations comes from 100% recycled plastic. Lower materials quantities. Our lightweight concrete is 6 times lighter than traditional concrete. Our lightweight steel structure and the lighter foundations it requires.
According to the OECD Better Life Index,
put in place for any potential developers like ourselves.
Whether it's construction permits, occupancy permits, land title, all those processes that happen in institutions that we work very closely with, the Rwanda Development Board facilitates investors so that they can get all these permits quickly and be able to go to do what we want them to do, which is to build houses.
So we target all the aspects like a 360 support, activating demand, providing financing for developers, and giving them a grant, which is the infrastructure subsidy on behalf of government, to reduce their cost of construction.
And it's thinking about housing at the scale of the neighborhood rather than the individual house is a game changer, especially as it relates to urbanization. So it's been really, for all different players in the housing sector, it's been really quite transformative to have these policies and the support of the government.
We are not going to be able to have significant supply or to be able to narrow that gap if we are still building in the old conventional style. So accepting the role of technology is extremely important in terms of scaling up the supply of affordable housing units.
The solution can only be found in putting up this kind of project in affordable housing.